Marquez Valdes-Scantling. Listen, man, 10 targets. He was injured in the beginning of the year, or he played the first few games. Then he was injured. Then he came back. He had a couple of slow games as they integrated him back into the offense. The last two games, 10 targets and 9 targets. One of those games turned into a very fantasy relevant success. The other game, which was 2 weeks ago, wasn't that hot, but it's the targets that are there. This is the type of game, I know that we talked about it earlier too. You don't picture it being one of those high scoring games. It looks like Justin Fields is going to find himself in the driver's seat after missing a few games. And because of that, I think there's going to be a little bit more action. As much as I think that we get these huge grudge matches, these really slow, down in the dirt, down in the trenches games, these games can also be won by their star players. And who is the star player for the Green Bay Packers? I even hate to say it. I don't even like saying the name out of my mouth. It's Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is going to get this game done through the air, and he's going to find guys like Devontae Adams and Marquez Valdes-Scantling are going to be the beneficiaries of that. I think Marquez Valdes-Scantling can easily be flexed, maybe wide receiver 3, maybe a low side wide receiver 2, 15 plus fantasy points. I like it. The trend has started to show itself. 10 targets, 9 targets. That's what I want to see. And if we see that in week 14 against the Chicago Bears, which are a very vulnerable pass defense, then we can see fantasy success from NVS. I'd rather start him over guys. Oh, sorry. I'd rather see him over guys like I'm starting him over Jerry Jeudy, for instance, in Denver, which, again, we'll get to in just a minute. But I'd start him over KJ Osborne. I'd start him over Russell Gage. There's one key factor that those players don't have that Marquez Valdes-Scantling does, and that is a true Hall of Famer QB, and I think he gets it done against Chicago. So that is my dark horse for the week this week. Any thoughts?
I'd be hard pressed to find anyone that's starting MVS. I like that pick. Um, I don't think Adams is hurt. You're just going off of strictly targets and usage.
That's the memo, man.
Okay, I see it. I'm a different believer in MVS. He's touchdown or bust for me, but hey, he's good to bust the 50 to 70 yarder on you any given week. So let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens indeed. And boy, do I need it. I'm actually starting Devontae Adams and Marquez Valdes-Scantling in beers this week. That's just where I'm at. I have Waddle, Devontae Smith, and JT on bye. And KJ got swooped up before I had a chance to pick him up. I would have started KJ, but I started talking to myself. I started looking at it. I don't really trust Kirk Cousins, and Thursday night matchups scare me. I want to be a positive guy going into Sunday. I want to look at the upside. The upside is with Marquez Valdes-Scantling, and Aaron Rodgers throwing him the ball. So that is my dark horse.